Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Real Talk Atlanta. How's everybody doing?
Hello.
Yeah, so today's episode is really exciting because we've gotten so much feedback and you guys have been like flooding our DMs with questions. So we just figured we might as well just go ahead and just do an episode answering everyone's questions.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, so we're going to do a Q&A. We asked you guys on Instagram to message us or send us an email at realtalkatl@gmail. So we're just going to go through anything real estate related because you guys have a lot of questions. We've gotten stuff from agents, home buyers or prospective buyers and sellers. So we're excited. Let's see.
This is the one. It's going to be so fun.
I'm scared as usual.
Why?
Because you just never know what them questions are going to be.
They are crazy. We always tell y'all to keep it cute, but these were good. I'm not going to lie. I definitely did a little sneak peek at all of them. So where should we start?
Surprises.
Okay, so this first question, and we definitely will be saying your name. So this is from Bomb Ambition. So Bomb Ambition asked, do you all recommend doing mentorship programs with successful realtors?
Immediately, yes.
I'm assuming maybe she's a new agent, right? Yeah, I would recommend that too.
Mentorship is necessary. Just because I feel like a lot of people, it's a little struggle to navigate, being a realtor by themselves. So mentorship is something that if you don't have it, you need to get it.
Right.
I say do your research too. Like just because someone's successful in this business, it doesn't exactly mean that what they're doing is parallel to what you want to do. Like if you're looking to do commercial, maybe asking a residential only realtor to be your mentor is not going to match. So just because someone is successful, that's great too, but make sure they align with what
Absolutely, that's important because we've talked about this before. When I first got my license, I didn't know jack, so I definitely felt like I needed that mentorship and somebody I could learn under. So I would recommend it, but it depends if what type of structure works best for you. I'm more hands-on. I need someone who's able to hold me accountable, so that's why I chose to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think mentorship is also in addition to helping you understand advancing your career, just introducing you to different people in the industry, because I feel like real estate is so small.
It is,
and it's honestly, I always say it's about who you know and what you know, but more so who you know. So I feel like those mentors who are at the level where you want to be, they've networked with a lot of other agents or just people in general. So just having them to put you in those rooms is a big thing as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so thank you, Bomb Ambition. Let's move on to the next one. That was good. All right, so the next question is from Call Me Dee Dee. Hey, girl.
Hey, Dee Dee.
So Dee Dee asked, how long did it take to sell your first home?
Oh,
Let me
count.
So for me, I'll say it took me 7 months to sell my very first home. It took a minute.
It took me 8 months to sell my first house.
It took me, I got my license in 2018, 3 years.
It took
me. That's a long time, Neika.
It's 3 years because it was just, I was going at my pace. It was no rush for me. I said this on my life the other day. It was no rush for me to get into and get my career. I took my time. I wasn't following anybody. I was literally just doing what I felt was right for me.
And did you, when you got your license, did you go straight into it? Because I know you said you went back to school.
No, I went straight into it, but I was in college. So I was already in college and things like that. So for me, real estate, I really wanted to take my time. During those 2 years, though, I did all my CE hours, learned everything that I needed to learn and observe as much as I needed to. And then I got into the business. So it was no rush for me.
Yeah, for me, ironically, I sold my first house in 3 months.
Period.
Girl, it was really my friend told her friend, oh, yeah, my friend do real estate. She been selling houses for years. You need to call her. I was like, okay. And we just kind of went with it. So I did sell my first house. I kind of feel like that was just God, giving me a little But
push.
After that, I didn't sell again until September. So 9 months really to start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think a lot of people, when they get into real estate, they just think it's going to be like instant gratification.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like, I mean, that happens for some people, right? Yeah. But most people, if you're starting from the bottom and you have no experience in real estate, it takes time to, you know, build your clientele and really learn and
And brand
you're
yourself
doing.
as a realtor. Because
Right.
half the people don't even know you sell houses.
Right.
Until
You're a silent realtor.
Posting and promoted like that you do real estate now. So slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not always a bad thing. For most people, it really does take time, like all of us, months. And I was working, I think most of us, right, we're working at the time full time.
Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend, if you're looking to get into real estate, if you don't feel comfortable yet, it doesn't hurt to still keep your job or get a job until, you don't know when you're going to close your
Right,
next
right.
deal.
Compare your journey to anyone else's.
Yeah, don't compare your journey, and also do what's best for you. Like, don't try to look what somebody else did. Trying to dictate how you're gonna start your journey and how it's
Yeah.
gonna go.
So my first deal was like a deal from hell. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
I got there, I was like, this is it. It was a mess.
You almost had to take a step back.
Yeah. Okay. So on to the next question. So Alexis Janelle asked, when do I know when I'm financially comfortable enough to move out and purchase a home?
I like that.
That's a good question.
when you move in and you still have money to play with. I feel like when you buy a home, you don't want to purchase a home and have to live paycheck to paycheck just
Right.
to
Pay your
afford
mortgage.
to
Right.
afford a home. If you can buy a home and still be financially secure within yourself, then that's when you know that you're okay. Like, that was the best decision for me.
I'm glad you said
I
that.
said something on a previous video when we were kind of talking about, pre-approval and getting ready. You don't want to buy a home and all you can do is afford to live in it.
Right.
So I would say figure out, especially like if you're paying rent right now, figure out a comfortable number. I always tell people to work backwards. So figure out what you want to spend on the monthly and then convert that to a purchase price. That way, when you do buy a home, you're kind of still living within your means and then have some reserves. I don't care what nobody says or how much money you make. Anything can happen. We just went through a pandemic. People lost their jobs. Do not buy a home until you have at least, I would say 4 to 6 months.
That's what I was about
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
4 to 6 months
months of
just saved
reserves.
up after you already paid your upfront.
You need that cushion.
So.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys said that, because she asked two parts to the question. So she also asked, or this wasn't really a question, it was more of a statement. She said, living at home right now and saving, and whenever I calculate, it seems like it's never enough. So definitely put yourself on a payment plan. It's so funny because me and Nika were talking the other day, saying that we were even going to try to lower our expenses.
Subscription.
Yeah, all those
Oh my God, I've been doing that
subscriptions.
too.
Yeah,
Cancel.
Yeah.
I literally had to do that the other day. I went through my email. I'm like, oh my God, I've been paying monthly for things that I don't even use.
Right.
And we're just so used to it being like automatic. Like, definitely go back. Create a budget for yourself. Look what you don't need. 'Cause most of the things you
Even
can
if it's
live
something
without.
small, like $15 per month, $20 per month, because those things
adds
add
up.
up.
It
And that could
does.
save you more money. For
What
sure.
I did right
Absolutely.
before I purchased my house is I gave myself like cash money that I can spend for the month. Maybe once that cash is gone,
That's
you're not
it.
going anywhere.
Okay.
Sit back down. And so I'm like, okay, I know if I don't spend nothing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I could ball out for the weekend.
But
Like,
I feel like when I
would
do that,
literally-
I really be going crazy. I'd be like, I ain't spend no money. Then I'm like, oh, hold on, Tiesha. Now
Right.
You deserve it.
Yeah, but no, budgeting, that's like the biggest thing because that's really what's going to help you get those reserves. So
Yeah.
figure out how much you need to actually, upfront costs and then have your reserves and just start saving from there. Like,
Discipline.
Yeah, discipline is very
Keyword.
important. Yeah, it might not seem like it's adding up now, but over time it definitely will.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just keep, you got to be patient. Good things take time.
Patience is key.
good things take time. I like
Yeah. Okay, so what's the next question? So 404 Creators asked, what do y'all think of companies like Open Door or like the iBuy companies?
Oh,
Child.
just stay tuned.
Yes,
Y'all
guys.
stay tuned.
Episode is literally going to be focused on that. So tune into the next episode after this one, and we're going to let you know exactly
And we'll give you a shout
how
out.
we feel.
Yes.
Shout out.
We'll let you know exactly how we feel.
Because we got a lot to say. Okay, so Telford, let me make sure I say your name right. Telford Prop Solutions asked, what are your top 3 needs for your preferred lender? And inspector, home inspector.
Y'all
And
know
we
me,
talked about
timely,
this.
timely.
Very
And
important.
I have me chasing you down. Like, did you do this? Did you do that? No. Timely. Y'all know my favorite word. Communicative. Like, do not have me looking for you. Like, I just don't have me having to find you. Because when I find you, you're cut off. Like, my biggest thing, and this goes for all of our preferred people, timeliness, communicative, and just being thorough.
Yeah.
Very
I
important.
do not
Thoroughness
want
for
my
me.
client moving in like, did you know the roof fell in? Like, how?
Right.
We had a whole inspection. So just being thorough with those inspections, getting in the crawl space, getting on the roof, like not cutting corners. Like somebody has to live here. They're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars here. Don't cut corners on that inspection.
Right. That's one of my words too, thorough for sure.
Yeah.
Because I've had an inspector who wasn't my preferred, and the client moved in and there was all type of things going on. I'm just like, listen, the inspector didn't tell us, so nothing we can do. But definitely thorough, definitely available, especially in this market where you have these short due diligence periods. Like, I need an inspector who can kind of just get out there. I know it's like
hours.
crazy, it's many agents, but like, I need you to be out there at least minimum 40.
Even on Sundays.
Every day.
Work on the weekend.
Right.
And I think my third word is going to be thorough. What I said, thorough, available, and again, communication. Like, tell me, don't be scared to tell me, Tiesha, this house is about to fall down. Don't tell me to terminate. Don't beat around the bush. Like, tell me exactly what's going on so that I'm able to communicate that to my client.
That's good. Mine are pretty much the same things that you guys said. I definitely think they need to be flexible. Like you said, with these short due diligence periods, you know, you may go under contract and you may want the inspection done the next morning. Like, hey, can you get out there at 10 a.m.? I need you to say yes. Or, you know, if you need to like move things around.
Say yes. That's it, Ashley. We need you to say yes.
Yeah, like do whatever you have to do to get the job done, and being diligent, that's really important. Like, or being thorough. We were just talking with Fatima, another realtor, how she has an inspector who gets on the roof, and I was like, well, do you guys like someone who like uses a drone? Like, what do you think is better? She's like, yeah, drones are cool, but someone who's able to get on the roof, you're going to see things, you know,
and
more.
Maybe the drone doesn't pick
Exactly.
Why they not getting on the roof?
Right.
You don't know.
I'm scared of a little height. It ain't nothing. So yeah, those are my two biggest things. And I love like when I get an inspection report, and it just has like everything. It's like color coded, all the easy to read. I love that.
Yeah. I mean, it pretty much sums up everything that I'm looking for in an inspector, but also I want to add to go above and beyond for my clients. Like, I love an inspector that will go ahead, take the initiative, and create a group chat for me and my clients, you know, update them, and also call them after an inspection to ensure them themselves. Because sometimes, you know, we relay that message to our clients. So an inspector that goes out and call the client itself, like, hey, the home was just inspected. Here's my opinion of it.
Right.
Making recommendations of what to look for, because that sometimes the inspection report would, you know, be very thorough, and sometimes that scare the client a little bit, especially if they're first time home buyers. So if an inspector goes and say, hey, like, don't really, you know, worry about these things. These are the things that you should look out for, apart from the realtor doing so, because we do go through the inspection report with our clients, but I feel like that extra mile really secure my clients in moving forward, and I love that.
That's good. So the next question comes from Courtney Blandon. So she asked,
hey sis.
Hey girl. So she asked, with the interest rates going up, is it going to be hard to buy a house? Oh girl, what y'all think?
I wouldn't say hard. But I do feel like it's going to be different. I feel like you have to plan for that. So if you know interest rates are going to go higher, you need to maybe start looking, maybe lower your price point, or start adjusting your budget so that you can increase that monthly rent. I'm sorry, mortgage. Excuse me. I don't think it makes it hard. I feel like what people have to remember is that during the pandemic and during like that 2% interest rate, 3%, that was unheard of. Like, that's really not the norm.
Right. And let's be honest, it qualified people who probably would
not have gotten qualified.
If it was the standard 6 to 7%, like
which is normal.
Which is
so
fine. Like,
we're
take
back,
advantage.
We're back in normal times, I feel like. So I think people are seeing it like, oh my God, interest rates are so high. No, interest rates are just kind of back to where they were always at.
Right. I think the historic like highest interest rate in the U.S. like over time was like 20% or something.
Right.
So
and once I get there, I'm gonna go crazy.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't.
If it goes well, we might need to start a
side hustle.
That's great.
So I mean, and like you said, with the highest being 20%, and like during COVID 2020, the lowest being 2%. I mean,
huge.
it was too extreme. Right. So a 6%, a 5% isn't like that. know,
bad. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, you still tell the lender what you want to pay in a monthly mortgage. It will decrease the amount that you want to pay versus on the 2%. Like, you're not going to get a $350,000. You might have to go down to $250,000, and that's fine. But you can still purchase a home if you still qualify.
And for those who have enough reserves to buy down their discount points, that's you know, like, that's fine. You can buy down that interest rate from a 6 to a 5.1. I mean, now for my clients, I automatically, you know, like, tell them to go ahead and do that if that monthly mortgage is what's important to them. Because some people, the cash to close is what's important. And some people, you know, the monthly mortgage is what's important. And you have ways to walk around that, especially if you have good credit. You know, like, your debt to income ratio is below 40.
43.
So there's ways to go around it. It's not the end of the world.
And just to clarify, because I don't know if you guys don't understand the buy down, if you're at a 6% interest rate and you're like, dang, this is making my monthly mortgage too high, I need to be somewhere closer to like 5%. Lenders have it where you can pay up front to purchase and buy that rate back down to 5%, so that the mortgage is more affordable. So there are definitely still options. Like I said, I just think people are psyched out.
Yeah.
What we're used to.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, especially with the media, they just try to make it seem like with the 6% or 5%, like it's some, like, causes anxiety or something. And it's really not that bad. What I think it does, though, it kind of weeds out the buyers who are more qualified, you know? Like you said, if your interest rate is high, well, the good thing, if you are well qualified and you have enough reserves, you can always buy it down, or there's ways around it. So that's the biggest thing, I think.
That's a good one.
I love that question.
Courtney.
Thanks, Courtney.
Courtney.
Okay, so this one, I like this one. Yolanda Warner asked, why do small pre-approvals, let me reword this for her. Why would small approvals, can you not get a nice updated home or a new construction? So I think what she's asking, right, if you have a lower price point, why can't you buy like a newer or a nicer quality home?
I'm going to challenge that because I think you can. Now I don't want to sell dreams, right? If you are below, I would say 250 right now, that's going to be really hard. You are going to find yourself either, like, you know, maybe going condo, going smaller townhome, maybe having to do a little bit more of a project, but definitely can still find something with good bones. But I think even at 250 in this market, you can still get stuff. I've seen a couple new construction townhome communities that are still in that 250 price point. There are not a lot of them, but they're definitely still available. The cost of living is going up. Prices are going up.
Yeah, like,
it's going up.
Atlanta's median sales price right now is what, $550?
$550.
Fulton County, right?
Yeah, $550. Like, that just tells you, like, houses and the prices of what you could have got it for last year. Like, I think last year was like $370,000.
Yeah.
So the prices now and last year, they don't compare. So now now that the value of houses has increased, which we have been preaching from the beginning, before it goes up, we're up now. It's up and it's stuck and it's not going back down.
And it's not going down.
Yeah.
And also, if you are in that price range where, you know, you do have a small approval, you have to look at the bigger picture. You can't really be that picky when it comes to, you know, like the finishes and the updates and things like that, because, like I said, like, the value is going up, and you have to keep that in mind when you're shopping around. So around, like, when you have the smaller pre-approvals, like 100,000, 150, 200,000, 250, you have to look at the bigger picture, the bones, the really good bones of a house, so you can build from there. Again, your first home is not going to be your forever home.
Right.
So keep that in mind.
And it's a project. You can do a little at a time.
Right.
Like, you can say, okay, you know, summertime, I'm doing the kitchen. Wintertime, I'm going to do new paint. And just do it. Houses are not, I mean, unless you build it from the bottom up and pick every single one of your finishes, you're not going to be in love with every single part of it.
Right.
Just work on it over time.
Right.
Yeah.
And you might find yourself sacrificing something like the location or something else that you really, really wanted, but then along the line you figured out, like, okay, it's not that deep.
Right.
You can make it work.
Yeah.
Make it work.
And I kind of want to answer, please call us.
Yeah.
I kind of want to answer her question in two different parts, because first she asked, why can't you get a nice quality home? To me, I personally think, like, luxury is subjective. What, you know, I may think is a luxury, you may not think is. I think buying a home in general or getting a pre-approval is a luxury. Not everybody can do that, you know, so I think it kind of starts with your mindset. Yes.
Luxury is not a price point.
It's not.
I love that.
And shout out to these drinks.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Ways to blend. Thank you
we
so
back
much.
Got another one with Ways to Blend. Make sure y'all follow her.
Yeah, so for me, I think it kind of starts with your mindset, just kind of being open. That's one of the biggest things I tell my clients. You have to be open, and that's in any price point. If you're approved for 100,000, $1 million, you're gonna have to be open, especially in this market where we don't have a lot of inventory. And another thing she asked, why can't you get a new construction? I think a lot of people don't realize like just how much it costs to build a home, especially with COVID. Like prices have gone up, and it just hasn't really went down. You know, the cost of materials, even for an apartment, I believe the average cost to build just one unit in an apartment is like 70 or 80,000. You know, like it costs a lot.
Because it costs a lot of money.
It costs a lot. When you think about all the materials that goes into building a home, a new construction that is, that's why you have to pay contractors and all these people. It's a lot. So, yeah, you can still definitely get something nice for a lower price point. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
Okay.
I love these.
These are good, right? These are
good.
really great questions. This one is crazy.
What?
So Courtney Blandon asked another question.
Courtney.
She said, how many hours a day do you guys work on average?
Okay, let me tell you something. Courtney is like one of my closest friends. It's my sister. She knows how much that I be working. I think she think I be playing. That maybe why she put that question in. I'm gonna see her after this. But how many? I think depending on the day.
Yeah, like as a business owner, you working overtime, and that might look different for everyone. I know I'm a night owl, so 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm working.
I'm dreaming about work. So honestly, I feel like
sleep.
24 hours. I'm literally in my sleep showing houses. I'm waking up checking emails. Like I take my computer everywhere. I would honestly say I work 24 hours because I'm accessible. I hate this, but I love this. I'm accessible to my clients. 24 hours. Every day. Like
Because real estate
It
The
doesn't
work
sleep.
is
never
of the essence.
The work never stops. And I still got a 9 to 5, so I'm working 9 to 5. And then I remember at dinner, I took one of my clients out to dinner the other night. I'm at the table. I'm like, girl, I gotta write this offer, writing an offer at the same time. I'm just like, I am going crazy.
I've taken mine to the
It's
club
going
before.
crazy.
Not the club.
25.
You got to make it work.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely work 25/8. I'm one of those people, even when I do sleep, as soon as I open my eyes, I'm like, how's FMLS clients? You know, like it doesn't stop.
For the longest, I used to have an alarm at 6 a.m. to check the MLS, go back to sleep till 8 a.m., do emails, and then really start the day. And it's just like, I feel like, especially when you're doing the business, I feel like I'm missing out on something. If I'm asleep or if I'm taking a nap, somebody just took their client to go see a house that would have been perfect for my client. I got to wake up. I got to do the work. You shouldn't think like that always because it really will.
I say, yeah, this might be a little toxic.
I'm gonna be honest, but like once you figure out your system and you figure out how to be the queen of boundaries, like Tiesha, you can really position yourself to work a little bit less, but just as hard, and just as efficient.
Because I can't say that I wake up and I'm like FMLS. I wake up and I'm gonna go work out and eat, and
that's
then I'll get
nice.
to work.
I cannot relate.
I cannot relate.
Anxiety.
Yeah, the anxiety of like, oh my God, I could have been doing this. Or like, there's always
maybe
something
I need
to do.
get like that. Maybe I should. Let me regroup.
No, you live in a soft life. I love it.
I'm trying to be like,
All right, so the next question is from Kendra Bianca. So she asked, how do you show appreciation to your past clients? I love that one.
I love all
because I've been working on
Yes, and I even show appreciation to my current clients. Like, you don't have to have clothes with me. I was shopping with one of my clients who's she's a travel nurse now. She, the other day, she just passed her NCAT or her nursing exam. She's like, Ashley, I passed. I was like, thank God. Because I was so nervous. I didn't want her to come to showings like all sad. So I just got her like a Starbucks gift card, just something, sweet to say.
Nice.
Congratulations. What do you guys do?
I love my past clients.
Right.
Because they keep the referrals coming. So like when I'm with my clients and we're at showings, if they mention small things like, oh, our anniversary's on this day, or my birthday, or I graduate, I'll make that note in my calendar, and like I'll just reach out to them, get them a call on that day, like, oh, happy anniversary. Or like for Valentine's Day, I remember Ashley all day.
That was so sweet.
And like took them like flowers and roses and little champagne just to kind of thank them. I love my past clients.
Yes.
I kind of spend a lot of time with my past clients because referrals are the main source of my business specifically. So whatever I can kind of think of,
that's me too.
Yeah.
It depends on the client. You have to kind of know. You know them, as you work with them, what they like or what they would appreciate.
Yeah, and I feel like me and my clients, we get so personal. Like, I'm getting invited to family reunions, birthday parties, weddings. Like, we just are really, really cool. I feel like when you spend that much time with somebody, looking for a house, and you go through that process, you see the highs, the lows, you see them close. It's just like really, really kind of emotional in a sense. And so I'm actually trying to put something together. I told you guys, I sold my first house 3 months, but then 9 months later, which is September, is really when I started selling. So we're coming up on September almost again. So I'm going to start doing stuff for like the 1 year house anniversaries for my clients, just little stuff like that. Because I feel like you said, referrals is like, what do they say in those little signatures? Your referral is my best compliment.
The best of referrals.
That's how we keep our businesses going. So shout out to all our past clients.
Shout out to our past clients. I love my past clients just because like I really, really do appreciate them trusting me with their transaction, trusting me with their, like that big step of their life. So one of the things that I do, I always hang out with them. Like my clients turn to friends literally after closing day. We going out to eat. I have one of my clients, she come over, I braid her hair. Like it's just a whole new level for me because I really do get attached and they get attached to me, and it's like every one of them I have like different relationship with. Some people I stay on the phone with them, talk to them, and like as realtors, I don't think the job really stop after the fact.
Once you close, that's not the last time.
Because imagine seeing somebody multiple times a week, every single week, and then just cold turkey. You never see that person again. My client be like,
now that I bought my house, you don't want to talk to me.
We're not friends anymore. That's funny. Yeah, buying a house, like when working together, it's so personal, and that's one of my love languages. I love giving gifts and receiving gifts, so I just try to make it as personal to my clients as I can. What I think they would like. You pick up on little things, you know. So yeah, I like to make people feel special.
Yeah,
feel
special. We love that.
Okay, so the next question is from Deanna Tierra, and she asked, "How do you stay encouraged?" And we already answered this, but how long did it take you to get your first sale? So how do you guys stay encouraged? I mean, real estate is tough.
With my girls. Honestly, I gotta listen, y'all. We going through it. We can just talk about it and we leave and we good to go.
Yeah. And I feel like it's not that we like. It's nothing good about I'm going through it, you going through it too. Yes, I'm so happy we're all.
No, that.
What it is that it kind of makes you feel okay knowing that you're not the only person
going through it.
And knowing like, okay, this is what I'm going through. Tiesha, how do you go through this? How do you fix that? Like, we're all kind of in the same. We're in the same career and we're in the same like time wise, how long we've been doing it actively. So I feel like when we all have problems, one of us has also had that same problem. We kind of we like. Wait, I need a therapist. We're each other's therapist.
Still stand on that. Yeah, that's really good. And for me, because everyone like in my circle, they inspire me or motivate me in some type of capacity. So that's what really encourages me. Not even just real estate related. Of course, you guys are like my friends in real estate, but like in any type of friendship or relationship, I should say, that's what keeps me encouraged.
You are who you hang with. Listen, if someone in your circle is not motivating you and you feel like top or down, I really do think that's like if you want to be a billionaire, you need to hang around billionaires
or future billionaires,
right? Because it's like, it's going to rub off on you one way or another, right? And another thing is believe in yourself. A no today is not a no tomorrow. People really do kind of get that energy and just kind of dwell on it. Like, you should always think about your future self. Like, I was watching a podcast and it was saying, like, if you keep negative energy around your body, around your, like, like your surrounding, that's what you're going to attract. Always, if something is not going right, shrug it off 10 minutes, 15 minutes, even a day at the most. After that, always think positive and just keep that positivity around your body. You will be encouraged. Like, it's not the
that's
end.
good.
Energy is really like big. Because imagine just being around negative people all day. People who not getting nothing,
or people who are happy to see you when you're like
down.
They're like, like, girl,
that imprints into your mind. Like, you gotta really surround yourself with like love and light because if
and support.
That's good. Because one of my friends always tells me like, if you see God, blessing all the people around you, that means He's in the neighborhood. He's going to knock on your door next. So
He's not even knock on my
street.
Right.
God,
on the street, maybe he'll buy a house. Okay.
Wait, did Did you say let me know if you want to buy a house?
Yeah, I said maybe he'll buy a house on the street.
Okay. All right. Getting crazy.
I'm joking.
I hate you. Oh my god.
So we got 2 more questions left. We are almost done. So someone asked, this is like a 3-part question, but it's one. It's just long. So Tommy's in LA asked, if I get my real estate license in one state, but I go to college in another state, can I just take another test and be qualified in both states without having to take the national exam too? So basically,
for certain states, you can.
Yeah.
For certain states, what's it called?
So we have reciprocity with certain
Yeah.
states, not just us, but any state that you're in. So if you look at your like board of realtors for your state or really anywhere, you can just kind of look it up. It will tell you, okay, if you live in Georgia, you have what's called reciprocity with whatever, however many states.
Yeah, Florida.
So for me, I'm licensed in Georgia and I'm also licensed in Illinois. Because those 2 states have reciprocity, when I took the test for my Illinois license, I didn't have to retake national, only Illinois. Because of course, like, state laws are different.
Right.
And so once you pass that, you get your license. Now, if I wanted to go get my license in like
Florida,
Wyoming, I'm sure we don't have, I would hope not, because that doesn't even make sense. But if we don't have reciprocity, then you have to retake the course, take the national exam. You have to do everything that, a non-licensed person would do in that state.
Yeah, so you would definitely just have to look up what states you're interested in getting licensed in and just see if they have that option. I will say, like you said, the states are different. Just find out and see.
Yeah, it's public records. Look it up.
You can be licensed in multiple states, have a dual license. Like you say, you're licensed in 2 places. People do it all the time. And of course, you don't necessarily have to live in like both places, like go back and forth. You can always have somebody handle your business in the other place on the back end.
Look, child, y'all might need a whole episode on that, because that ain't gonna be good.
Yeah, because that can be challenging. And she said she's in college too. That's that's a large workload.
Go, girl.
Okay,
I love that.
You're killing it.
Well, she said her name's Tommy in LA, so maybe she's talking about California and Georgia.
Oh, okay, it's big out
That'd be
there.
cool.
I might need to link with you.
Okay, so we're almost done. The last question is from Yana14. And we kind of already answered this, but we can, kind of give her a refresher. So she asked, what are our tips on picking a brokerage as a new agent?
Oh, we definitely. Which episode was it? Episode 9?
It's like 2 episodes.
Like 2 episodes ago.
It's episode 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Episode 10.
Episode
It's
10
about obtaining
for
a
new
real estate
agents.
license
Yeah.
and choosing a brokerage. Definitely tune into that. We give you everything you need to know. there.
Everything.
Yeah.
And a quick tip, do your research.
Do your
Absolutely.
research.
Every brokerage is going to offer something different. Figure out what it is you want first. Do your research. Figure out alignment. That is the key word. Do not go somewhere. I said I did this, but don't do as I say, not as I do. Don't go somewhere just because your friend went there. Really do the research and see what works for you. So, tune in to episode 10.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
our biggest advice.
And interview the brokerages again. Like I say before, you are the prize. Make sure that they're a good fit for you, not if you're a good fit for them.
Yep. Because you pay them. They do not pay you.
Right.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys so much for our questions. I really enjoyed this
those were
episode.
good. Those were
Yeah.
I got some ideas of like some of our next upcoming episodes.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure if you have any questions that we didn't answer on today's episode, you can send us a DM on Instagram at realtalkatlanta or send us an email at realtalkatl@gmail.com, and we'd be happy to either answer it on the show or personally if you want.
Yeah.
Yep, so thank you guys. See you next time.
See you guys.